There we go. Alrighty, folks. We are live on the podcast that's in Blake's room. I'll tell you, boy. How we doing? Wow. I'm a guy. I was a man with no home. And then I had a home, and it was here. These guys took me in, and I shared a room with Young. And I felt as though this was Young's room. When I came in here, I felt as though I wanted to respect his space. And he welcomed me in. He made it feel like my room. He did everything. He was like, do whatever you want. You can live here. You can be with me. You can talk. And he adjusted to me a lot in the way that he sleeps, in his routines and everything like that. And I was very, very thankful. And then Young moved to San Diego, and I went with him. And I went to San Diego. And I totally hung out, and I felt a powerful calmness come over me as I stepped out the front door, and it was sunny and 68 degrees at 10 a.m., feeling well rested. And then I would walk down to the beach, to the ocean, I should say. Not just a little beach. This is the ocean. And people can walk to it and look at it and take it in and breathe it in shorts and a t-shirt at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday in San Diego. Only thing you can do at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday in Minnesota is bundle up and go protest. By the way, I've never been invited to a protest. I am from Minnesota. I live 18 minutes outside of downtown Minneapolis, where there's been hundreds of thousands of people protesting, and I have never gotten an invite. I never got a text. I never got a call. I never got a DM. I never got an email. I never saw an Instagram story post that said, I'm inviting you. I never got a letter on a pigeon's leg or something over the megaphone. I never got told by my cab driver or my Uber driver, and none of my friends invited me. Nobody thought about me and said, I'm going to invite Blake to the upcoming protest. Yet other people, hundreds of thousands of people, all somehow got themselves there. I don't know if anyone invited them. Maybe nobody was invited. Maybe every single person and one family member just decided to go. And that's how they got so many people there. I don't know. But there's people from other states getting invited, coming all the way to Minnesota to do these big protests. And I live here basically 10 minutes out, and I've never been invited. It's like, how is that even possible, man? How's that even for real? How's that even doable? I would think that every person within 35 to 40 minutes would have gotten an invitation from somebody. Right? Don't you think? I'm not saying anything sus is going on. I'm just saying that I don't get how I'm not being invited. I mean, not even an email, man. I didn't get one email that said, hey, we're doing a protest. 10 minutes from where you live. It's going to be hundreds of thousands of people there. And it's because the government, they're doing apparently the worst society has ever seen. And I didn't even get invited to the protest. I didn't even get anybody to want me to be there. It's a me problem. I'm realizing this. It's a me problem because there's something wrong with me. And you know what the problem with me is? Is I'm too level-headed. It's like I'm too stable to be invited to a protest. I am not somebody who freaks out emotionally and gets heavily sucked in to these mass movements. I mean, I'm seeing people post on their stories daily to call your local helpline if you need it. It's like, I might need a local helpline for me just to, figure out how to get ChatGPT to generate the right image for me of my friend's living room. I was trying to get a table kind of put into an image like a Photoshop. It wasn't doing it. So that's the helpline that I would call. 1-800-ChatGPT help. Not to say that like I've never needed help. I'll say this. I would say that I do need help, and not in a sarcastic way. I am an addict. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to marijuana and nicotine, and those are my 3 addictions, and I do need help. I feel like I've forgotten parts of my childhood. I feel like years of my memory kind of just vanished. I feel like I blocked out painful experiences that I had. And I feel like oh my gosh. Oh. Did y'all see that? That was a sound pad falling from the ceiling when I was talking about how I'm not okay. Whew. That was tense. That was for real tense. That scared me. I'm going to be honest. That scared me. I feel like there's actually somebody here messing with me. But I realized that made me realize that I'm by myself talking to a camera. Anyways, I don't know. I do need help. And so I probably need some of the same help that these people need help with that won't invite me to the protest. It's like there's some areas of my life that I am not level-headed in. That would be, in the addiction space and in the dopamine space. And so, I think that there's lots of broken people. I think people do truly care. I think they wake up, and I think people's life purpose is to try to make the world fair, and that everything should be fair. And so then they get sucked into these causes of something unfair is happening, and they have nothing else to do, because it's also people that don't really have a really good life, and they usually don't make that much money. Yeah, that's what I would say. What I'm going to say is I can't go to an anti-ICE protest because I have the ability to see both sides to a degree where I believe that doing a protest is not going to solve, I don't think it's going to solve the problem, but then I also I can't fully support both sides, my whole self, right? I can't give 100% to one side. I'm like, I don't even know, 65, 35, like somewhere in there, like between, I'm not going to say which side, but I'm on both sides. So I can't, maybe that's probably one of the main reasons that I haven't been invited to the protests, because if you got to be like almost all in, right? You got to be locked in. They don't want anyone there that's not 100% locked into their side. If you even look at someone the wrong way, you could start getting beat, which is kind of weird because that's almost what they're protesting. But I would rather protest people that would just beat you for looking at them wrong than protest ICE for trying to do a job that they're convinced they're supposed to do, which is deport illegal immigrants. And you get kind of scared of them. I mean, that's also, I'm not saying that I would go to a protest. I'm just saying I can't believe that nobody has invited me to a protest. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I want to go. I maybe would go. It would depend on what we're protesting, right? It's just I've never been invited to a protest. no matter what type of protesting. It could have been protesting Skittles or something like that, or like protesting girls getting dogs and replacing their boyfriends. That's a protest I would go to. Is women are getting dogs and feeling like they have replaced something in their life that's missing, which is a man. See, they get the dog and then they feel like they have something and someone, but really they're just alone. Not that every girl that has a dog is alone, but why would you get a dog if you weren't alone? Unless it was just to bring more joy to the other people around you in your life, right? It's sad. There's an epidemic going on. I feel bad. I got two single sisters. You know, I wish they had a man. And I'm not saying there's tons of good men out there. Maybe that's what, you know what? That's what we need to protest. We need to protest bad dating. And I think we need to protest fake love, right? We got to get together and realize people don't really know how to love. And I think that's what we should be protesting, is like the people protesting downtown, they don't got real love. They think they got real love, but if you look at them the wrong way, or if you come up and you have any sort of question, or if you don't know the agenda, like if you don't know what time people are marching, and you ask, hey, what time are people marching? You might get, a stick in the face. People might say, to get the heck out of there, just because you don't know what time people are marching. Anyways, what I would hope out of all of this is that the audio and the video sound and look good. Because at the end of the day, what I'm doing here is just a test run for this random podcast studio that I set up in my bedroom. And that was what started this whole thing. And now to finish it, I shared a room with Young. I felt like it was his room. He moved out. I helped him move. I went to San Diego for a couple weeks. I came back. I rearranged it. I did some things. I found these mics in this back room that I bought like 5 years ago. I thought to myself, I kind of want to throw those up, see if I can just throw a podcast studio together quick, and bam. In just a couple days, I had a podcast studio set up in my bedroom. So whatever you thought this podcast was about, it actually was really just a test run to check the sound, the lighting, and just the camera angle. And I have two cameras running. So we're hoping that it's going to look good. And that's it, folks. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you watching. Appreciate you as a person. If I saw you on the street, I would hang out with you if I had time, which I most likely would. I got a lot of time these days. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I hope that you move the right things forward. And I hope that I hope the right things move forward in your life. And I hope you can find some peace. I hope that you can find that wavelength that you are supposed to be inside of. And I hope you would find Jesus Christ. And I hope you would find it good, dude. I would hope you would find it good, my man. Oh. Peace.